Hello, hello, it's Nan here with a flip through of my completed journal for January and February. It's loaded. So without further ado, I placed this paper in the front and I did not do any embellishing on it. This book is from 1963 if I'm not mistaken, very old book. Very good condition, so I just put a piece of lace on it and added the corner protectors, Tim Holtz corner protectors on all four corners. Of course, I did so much work in it that unfortunately on the back cover, marked it up a little bit, but I'm okay with that. And my next book is actually thinner since I know that I end to add so much into my book. So here we go. On the inside front cover, just added a piece of Edith Holden. This is from a set, sorry. I think it's current, but I did thrift those. Added a little ribbon lace there with some staples. Very, very simple in the opening. Gorgeous piece of lace that I purchased at Hobby Lobby. So I started January with a little clip here that contains just a few beads. Number 1 representing the beginning of the year. This is from a Tim Holtz paper pad. Cut it out and put it there. It starts off with a poem from Anne Rice. And here we have some tissue paper. Beginning the 1st of January, something very simple. Cheesecloth, pieces from a calendar, stamping, little washi. And I tried to make some snowflakes here. Did do such a great job, so I'm going to need to practice on that. Not for this year, because we're almost over with the winter. Looking forward to the spring. Actually, outside today we had quite a few birds singing out there, so maybe that's a sign that it's coming sooner than we think. Here I was trying to create some mixed media. I have just started doing that, so there's areas I do need to work on, but I'm getting there. So I added a little picture frame. This is actually from, it says creme de la creme, whey yogurt. It has no reason or rhyme. So these flowers I purchased at Hobby Lobby. Added that there, and you can't see the pocket here, but there's 2 little cards that are in that pocket with sentiments in the back. I thought I glued them together, but I guess I didn't. And on this side, this is for my bird book, and I added a card here, but it's actually an accordion made out of paper bag. Accordion style, that's what I wanted to say. Made out of a paper bag. And here, this is from a Flow magazine, created a picture frame here. Just added a piece of something that came from the magazine that says it's never too late. And then I also cut a picture out from the magazine, which have sentiments written on the back. And that goes in there. Add a little hot wax there. This is from an old Betty Crocker. What do you call those? It's just a grocery list. Betty Crocker grocery list. And this is something old that belonged to my grandmother. She had in it, put it away in her stuff. Something they purchased at we call it ferreteria store, which is a, how would you say that in English? Tool store? Something like that. Added a wax seal. I had just purchased my wax seal warmer and stamps. Have several of them, so I've been practicing on that. Love it. Here I have some mixed media also. Made it into a pocket. Have a little paper in there with written sentiments on it. Flowers from Daphne's Diary. Washi tape that says Jesus first. All I need today is a little bit of coffee and Jesus. That's what it says. From a photography magazine, both the page and this little clip that I put there. Did some sewing around it and attached it, made it into a pocket. Here I have just a cluster of a few pieces of paper. No wow factor in that. But then again, it's my book. So here I have a little card that I made, and the actual paper, you cannot see it, but it's some kind of a seedling paper. You put it into the dirt and add water, and these are actually seeds in it. Given to me by my sister. And this is from a collage that I created, big collage. Just wanted a piece that, well, it came loose off of a tag that I made because it's some kind of a vellum, thinner vellum, and it just didn't stick well. But I'm okay with that. I just stapled it on there to cover my words up. Made a pocket with a portion of that masterboard. Added the ribbon and some stitching around it. Made this little cluster, doily, and just little pieces of scrap. This is a tracing paper. Made a printout from a garden book and actually painted the flowers. Stats that I usually keep. This is a small cluster. It has a little card, little belly band in it. So I added a little card into it with my scripture writing in it. I know the Lord will always be with me. Added a few reinforcements on it. Tab. Over here we have a glycine bag. I added a piece of paper in there with a butterfly ribbon tag. Another wax seal. Here we have a cardboard bobbin for the floss. Added a key that was given to me by my adopted mom. Thanks, Carol. All those little tidbits you've sent me, I've been using them. And this is from a beer punch. It's a continuous punch. I couldn't find this exact design, but they do have several, and I purchased it on Amazon. Added a little cluster there with some wallpaper here, English wallpaper that I thrifted. And here I had gotten a gift for my son, so I saved the card inside of a big window recycled envelope. Created a pocket, so I have that there. Made a pocket in the front with a little ticket on the back to remind me exactly what it was they gave me. This is a small little flap. If I remove the washi in this corner, it opens up with a date on the inside, I think. And I just decided I wanted to paint a tag. Discovering my painting abilities, which are very little, but I'm working on that also because I've discovered that I do like painting and using stencils. And this is some gorgeous paper that I purchased on Amazon. And I have the book around here somewhere. And I'm not sure where... Okay. I think I showed it in one of my other videos, but it's beautiful. Vintage honeybee scrapbook paper. And it has the most beautiful paper in there. I purchased that on Amazon. Love it. And that's just a tag that I connected with the brad. Left the string on there. And then this is basically a pocket that I created with a potato chip bag. My son bought some organic popcorn, and I loved it so much, I wanted to keep that memory in here. Special time I spent with him. And where we ate, and created another pocket on the inside. A bit too shiny for me, but I added it in there anyway. Trying every avenue I can to decorate my books. So, this is a 4-pocket page. I have a video on that one. Paper in there, you slip in and out. This one comes out of the belly band. Pocket here, and a pocket here. This is from Daphne's Diary. And here I've written a poem. I really can't see it at the moment. But I do like to write poems. Another page where this here is a copy of a collage that I made. Made a 3-pocket ephemera that I connected to the page. Love it. I just embellished it with a little bit of that same paper. And this is a recipe book page as part of the signature, some of the pages. So this is from a recipe book. I added a bank envelope there and some paper inside and just bits and pieces all around. This here and this is something my son brought. He went on a trip to Japan with his wife, and he brought some brochures and pictures and stuff. And I just cut a little bit off and added it there. I hope you can see that. The back paper is also a printout from an old plant book. There's a little heart in the back here. And also stitching. More mixed media art. There's paper, gesso, stamps. I drew the flowers. Added the picture stamp. And this goes with it. And this is an actual picture frame card that I thrifted. It's blank here because eventually I'm going to write a few more things here before I actually put the book away. Beautiful pink flowers around it. I really liked it a lot. So I'm going to color combination and contrast between both pages. Here I love using recycling anything that I can. So this is a Hobby Lobby paper that I've recycled and added a little tiny tuck spot on the bottom. Here I created a flower out of a collage masterboard that I made, huge one, and added 2 little tickets with the date in the middle. Here I have a video on this also, but I think it was creating 2 other different cards. No, I think I did create this one. Added a tag, beautiful imagination. Use calendar pieces, stickers. I love this little charm. Get it at Hobby Lobby. Reminders of when my sons were playing their keyboard and the musical instruments. They're older now, so they ventured in different areas. Some lace, flower, button. Sewed the button onto the pocket. And this is just a little booklet that I added there. Brought over some of the same ribbon on this side. This is a bookmark that I made into a belly band. And there is a pocket belly band. I have a hidden clip here with another key given to me by my adopted mom on a bulb pen. Created this little center for the flower with some of the same string. Wrapped it around there. Just representing a tiny nest. Added the Bible text with the safety pin. More Daphne's Diary. Okay, more of my religious hymnal that I thrifted. Added more of the music paper there. This is also a hidden clip that I created. Simple with just a piece of paper, and added a whole bunch of little tidbits on that, so it becomes a hidden cluster clip. This is also from a Bougeot, if I'm not mistaken, that's how you pronounce it, Bougeot paper. I took the flowers, cut them out, and layered them on top of the paper to give it just a little bit of dimension there. Stickers from Hobby Lobby. Also this came in a package from Hobby Lobby with a bunch of ribbon, different color ribbons. This lovely paper came in a big, huge envelope with cards. This here is a pocket that I created with some of the Paper Studio Bougeot pad. Piece of paper with the ribbon on it. Added 2 little tags and 2 side pockets here. And this one I have a video up on how I made this one. Sewed some ribbon on the side. Created a large card with different stickers. This one is an actual stamp that I created out of some musical note paper on the back of a music book. And I placed some of these in there that come from a 12 by 12 pad that I purchased at Joann Fabrics. More tissue paper here. But this time I glued a piece of music paper on top. Added just a tiny bit of gesso on top. Stickers. More stickers on there. This one says, "Forward all problems to God." And then on the side of her, it says, "Even the hairs of your head are all numbered." Added a little paper here, made out of coffee dyed column paper. My music paper is also coffee dyed. These here come from a Daphne's Diary pull out that you could pull out and use. It was for springtime, but I wanted to color coordinate, so added that there on the sides. On this page, I created both of these out of, I forget what it's called, but anyway, it's paper with stamps. Made a pocket here in the front with some ribbon. This goes in this pocket. This one goes on the side here. This is also from a garden magazine. Stickers, stamps that I purchased on Amazon. Here I took an envelope that came in the mail, recycled it. Added some stickers. These I got at Joann Fabrics, Hobby Lobby. And this stamp is from Illustrated Faith. Love one another as I have loved you. This is writing. A letter that my mother and my grandmother wrote to each other many years ago. Made a copy of it and added as a paper there. And from here on in, there are challenges that I participated in a Bible group on Facebook. So I'm trying my hand at different things here, painting and other stuff. So they challenge you based on a word, color, Bible text, all kinds of things. I really enjoyed that. I added some little bling here, but painted the rest. Well, I actually draw the flower with a stencil and then paint it on top. Be sincere in love. Here they were also talking, the whole week was about love, actually. God's love. So I had these put away for a while and I just pulled them out and used them there. Added the little dots on top. Added the letter L here for love. Used this from a stamp magazine. This is part of a, oh Lord, I knew the name before, now I forgot. From a little card. Project Life. There we go. Just remembered. These are pieces from a doily. I just cut the little circles out and added it there. Huge doily. Some archival ink. Purple archival ink. Just a touch of it on the corners of the doily. This one was all blue. Another challenge. Decided to use stencil stamps. These flowers are also from a stamp that I got at Amazon. Stencils are also from Amazon. And just went to town with the colors. All shockingly blue, but I'm happy with it. Also a poem from Anne Rice. Added a cloth tab. Here we have some more English wallpaper. I only managed to thrift 2. So I have very little left of that wallpaper. This is a paper bag that I added there. And just embellished it with a bunch of little tidbits. This is from a tag. Cut it in portions. Cut this out of a craft paper. And this, I have several of these that I made a while back in my stamp stash. Inspire, create, dream. So I decided to add that there and make it original. Little heart with some marker stitching on it. And that's the end of the first insert. Second insert, we start with, I purchased these on the clearance section at Hobby Lobby. They were supposedly to be used for invitations for a wedding, but they challenged us with this color, and it so happened it worked. The gold. And the card actually has the names and character and nature of God. Each in Hebrew, if I'm not mistaken, and then in the English. This signifies Yahweh, God, Lord. Shalom, which says peace. Added stickers. Jehovah. Wrote some sentiments on the back. Glued the card on there, and that's where this comes in. The color also was to paint, but I didn't have this color, so I used a piece of ribbon. This one I just came up with on my own. Managed to use some stickers that I had. Amazing Grace. Oh, what Amazing Grace. Walk by faith. We walk by faith, not by sight, as the Bible text says. And this says, no other love like a mother's love. Anne Rice. I printed that out copied it onto some vellum and glued it onto this paper and that paper onto the card. Gorgeous colors in the actual Anne Rice book. I managed to thrift 3 of those. Here I'm going to place a picture, but this is part of the challenge, the oil of gladness. Something that the Lord pours on all his children. The joy, an unending joy. The oil of gladness. Here's the same thing I showed before with the 4 pockets. Page pull out. Added the stamping. Used a Rolodex card. For some reason I turned it upside down, but those are one of those happy accidents. It just works out. Index card in the back. Little paper card on there, and it goes back in there. Also, a pull-out. And cardinal from a bird book that I have that's beautiful. Only printed it out for my use only. I can't emphasize enough about copyright infringement laws on copying things that, or selling them. So, but I did that for my purposes only. Here we were challenged to do a banner, which is from Song of Solomon 2:4. Song of Songs, actually. And it's in reference to love, God's protection over me, over us. And I used the die cuts. And you may all recognize the die cuts. Some ribbon that I had. Stenciling. Cut out some little hearts. Added those to that too. Another one of those receipts that belonged to my grandmother. And it may seem like nothing, but to me it just reminds me of a time, a place, and a person that I love very much. Here I had an old card. Wasn't written on. It could have been something I got in the mail. I can't remember. And they challenged us. My challenge, when I finished, it came out different than the one that they created because I'm working, my style is different to what they're creating in the Bible group. But it still works because I'm using basically the heart that they're asking us to create. Add a little, it comes out. It's like half of a file folder. Added my words to it. My strength, my portion is God and always will be God. He deserves all the honor and glory. Added some stamps. Another tissue paper. Beautiful flowers. Tar flowers called. Befaria racemosa. All I know is in the book it looks great. So I decided to print it out on tracing paper. Looks beautiful. Here's more of that paper from the booklet I showed you. Gorgeous paper. We were challenged to make an envelope. So I made it of an actual envelope that came in the mail. Added some stamps that I cut out from magazines, the ones that come in the mail. I use everything up. I'm a recycler. And then just added the little letter there. Created a little flower. Put it there. He loved and loves me as I am, is what I wrote there. God's word. He loves us all. No one's exempt from that love. On this page, we were challenged to make a page with flowers on it. So I went in, took one of my collage papers that I've already had, and I cut it out and made flowers out of that. This is just a smaller collage on here. This is painting. On this challenge, they ask us to use a napkin. So mine is the red flowers with the leaves in the background. And all I added to it was the stamps and the circles and some words and the date. We were asked to write the date on everything. On here, we were asked to make a shaker. So based on the verse that I used, I actually added the earth within the shaker. And this is plastic wrap from the stickers that you get at the stores. I save all the wrapping, and that's what I use for this. Also acetate paper, which is a little more thicker. The substance is thicker. The consistency is thicker. But this was a little thinner, and I sewed around the heart. Used a stencil. Glued other hearts around it. Stamps. Love, greatest command. Here I use a 12 by 12 pad. I cut out the flowers and just individually placed them inside a teacup that I cut out. Used some stamps from Amazon, and these tiny stamps I have a variety of sizes. They're about that tiny, and they're about 5 or 6 of them. Very tiny. I think I thrifted those. Here, God's steadfast love, and the comment was made, the steadfast love of God is the constant thread throughout Scripture. I loved it. Created a spool, put the thread around it, and just had the thread grow through the hearts. Amazon stamps. This gorgeous paper, I actually purchased it at an antique mall. Miles away from home, but found a stack of them. Really nice. Here we were asked to paint, I have no idea how to say it, ombre. So it's the variety of paints that are similar colors, but they fade into each other from dark to light, I'm assuming. I tried. It was the first time I tried it, so you can still see the lines. So I'm working on that, shading the lines so you can't see that. This is from a book. Went perfect with the colors. Love always wins. And we know we have known and believed that the love that God has to us, God is love, and he that dwelleth in love dwelleth in God, and God in him. Another one. More of that music paper. We were asked to stencil Love God. I added it to a banner. And just put gesso and paint all over the papers. And this one we were asked to make black and white and one pop color. So that's where the heart comes in. But the wall to me represents a brick wall and inspirational words. Peace, joy, hope, inspire, believe, seek, and love. And it says up here, I love them that love, and those that seek me early shall find me. Here's one of these, which is another card. You can add a photo inside, but it goes in this side. I can choose later to add something to that. And on this one, we were to choose one of the words from the characters of God, his nature. And I chose Jehovah Rapha, which means Jehovah my healer. Because he is. And I can testify to that. That God is great, his mercy is great. Here I created a pocket. Piece of paper in there. And this is from Stampin' & Company. They have these sheets you can pull out, and they're very sturdy. Beautiful papers. Added a Bible. I printed out the actual Bible verse and glued it on there. And I'm missing, I think it's 3 challenges on here. But here, these are the verses I used in all my creations for these challenges. Stickers. Today is your day. Today is the day of salvation. That's what the word says. God is love. Always will be. So we're supposed to write that in big letters. Added a side pocket. Flower. Made 3 hearts. Stapled them together. Piece of ribbon. And that goes into the pocket. And here it says, neither height nor depth can separate us from the love of Christ. So I decided to use paper to represent water in the bottom, the earth, the view from a distance. We see straight, but it's a never-ending view, so neither height nor depth, whether it's up, down, from side to side, nothing can separate us from the love of God. So I add a piece of ribbon with measurement on it, unending measurement. Some washi from Paper Studio. Daphne's Diary. We were asked to take a picture of ourselves and create something with it, so I did a mixed media collage here with an index card. Added just a bit of everything, and then layered it with a matte finish and some little blue let me call it bling bling because that's what I hear everybody say, bling bling. Some stickers, stamps, pieces of, I have a tissue napkin that has flowers on it. So I added that there also. I stamped this on there. Used some of my favorite colors. And this was another challenge where I actually botched up because I was trying to create something there, and since I messed it up, I added a piece of a calendar. As you can see, the numbers in there, made a pocket out of it. And it's actually, if I'm not mistaken, Monet's Garden and Gavarni, which I love and is on my bucket list. So I try to recreate that on this side, trying to cover up my mess. And this is from a magazine. And then the Bible text, the heavens declare the glory of God, and the firmament. Okay, I can't even read my own handwriting. Shows his handiwork. Sheweth, that's why. I'm using the King James on this. Sheweth his handiwork, which means, and the firmament shows his handiwork. Not bad. I can't be Monet, but I tried. And on this one, I used a die cut that I also purchased on Amazon, added 3. These are, I will add down in the comments section, I will link some of the products that I used. On this page, we were told we can basically try anything, so I love recycling envelopes. So what I did was I used a napkin that I purchased that I think it's from Germany, if I'm not mistaken. Beautiful design on it. Glued it on there. The envelope had the 2 holes in there. I love that too. Another illustrated stamp. Illustrated faith stamp. Added some musical notes. And a sheet of paper inside that I can write on. Here I also created another card. It says, life is fragile, handle with care. Today celebrate. It's important. And here in tiny writing I put, the way, truth, and life. Jesus. That's what my Altars book will be showing. Who I am. What I believe. My faith walk. My journey. Whatever you want to call it. I love recreating these books, altering these books to express who I am, just like we all do with our paintings and any other variety of mediums we'd like to use in them. And this one, they asked us to use several colors and some stamps. I meant this for it to be a pocket, another boo-boo, but that's okay. I glued it down completely. And again, they're teaching us a little bit of Hebrew in the group. Thank you, Haraja. And here, I printed out another one of my collage pages. This time in black and white, even though I used a antique color paper. So that's why it's not coffee dyed. That's why it has this effect. Added the bright colors. And actually made a card to complement and create some contrast within this page. I used a little bit of stenciling. This is mixed media. In the back I have paper from a calendar. And used a variety of colors. Side pocket. This one is from a doodle drawing Bible journal book that I have. I printed it, glued the pieces down, fussy cut them, and added them there. So my pages are a variety of sizes. From large to medium to small, as you can see. And that's the fun of creating these books. You can just create them as you wish. I added a little booklet here. Die cuts that I got at Hobby Lobby, Paper Studio. Butterfly. This is from magazines. I collect any type of birds from magazines, books, wherever I find them. I'm there cutting them out, so I love adding them to my pages. This is a cord of 3 strands, cannot break. We are not meant to be alone. Unity in the body of Christ. We all need each other. And basically that is the... No, it's not. I have one last page, almost the end. And I drew these sunflowers. And my prayers are for Ukraine. This flower is their emblem. Part of their emblem. Their flower. And I love sunflowers, so I decided to draw that on there. There's other people also adding the colors onto their pages in solidarity with them. And I also printed out I am one of those that I do not like to paint on my Bible. I have several. So what I decided to do was copy the pages and add them into my altered book. And that's why I call these Bible junk journals. Altered Bible junk journals. It's my way of Bible journaling. And that's the end of this one. More of Anne Rice. The other side of that printout, flower printout, I left this blank because I am going to put some finishing sentiment on this. And here we have another piece of Edith Holden on there. More lace. And that is the end of my flip through for this chunky monkey, which I will put away with all the other ones I have. I'd like to say thank you for watching my video. Please come back. There's more to come. God bless you all. Have a good one. Bye-bye.